All right. Well, I'm at the Funky Uncle Lounge. We're sitting in with Soul Stew. That's me sitting here with Erica Falls and June Yamaguchi. Erica's band just played and did a incendiary set. Just blew up the spot. Sounded so good. Soulful. Took us to church. Took us to the fairgrounds. Took us to the clubs in New Orleans. It took us to the streets. It was all that. Marching with the second line, to dancing out in a club, to stomping your feet to a gospel choir. It was all those things and more. So wonderful, and I'm so happy to have her here. Erica, say hello to everyone.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing out there?
So this band today, how long have you been playing with this lineup for?
I've been playing with this lineup, especially my drummer now, for maybe the past 10 years. Yeah, we've been together for quite a while. June even longer. June about 12 years. Yeah, so that's my unit, and it's a tight knit, and we all love each other like family. So
that comes across in the music too.
Yeah.
It's so tight, and everyone listens to each other.
Yes,
I love that.
Yes.
Let's talk about your upbringing here in New Orleans. You're born and raised. You're a native. Obviously, been singing your whole life, right?
All my life. Born in the Ninth Ward. I'm a Ninth Ward girl. Same
place.
place.
I thought earlier I said Sixth Ward. I'm sorry, because we first.
That's okay.
When you first joined Galactic, Steve, our buddy Steve, if you're listening, he said, "Oh, you got to hear Erica. She's from Treme, this amazing singer from Treme. You got to hear her. She's incredible." And he was right about the amazing singer part, but he had the time. All right, sorry. So you grew up in the Ninth Ward.
Grew up in the Ninth Ward, same place as Hurlin Riley and Phil Fraser from Rebirth and Keith and all those cats, Kermit Ruffins. And, I started out actually playing the instruments because I didn't think I could sing. My mother is a phenomenal singer and piano player, so I was like, she's got that covered. I'll go and do something else. So I played piano and violin. Wow. Up until high school. And that's when I really got into singing at that point.
Nice.
Yeah.
And do you still kind of go back to that when you're at home? Like, do you compose a lot on piano?
I'm actually reteaching myself or relearning piano right now and teaching myself guitar. So I've got the A chord and the E chord. I've got that down.
You got a good teacher over there with June.
Oh, I'm going to give it June eventually.
you got a lot of other ones.
Yes. But just, it's actually helped me hone my craft as far as songwriting.
Absolutely.
Not really to get out and play in front of anyone. Just to write my songs.
Yeah, and that's what I love about this band and what you guys did today. Like, first of all, your covers are so cool and very eclectic, but you completely rework them and do your own thing,
right,
which makes it really fun and interesting. But then you've got these great original songs too.
Yeah.
And the way you've redone some of the covers, they kind of blend together in a really cool way. It just sounds very unique.
Thank you.
Really fun to hear. I love it. So in high school, you started kind of singing more around town. What was
singing more in high school in choirs and stuff. Choirs. I was a church kid. My parents didn't let me go too far.
Yeah,
so
I can hear that in your
I couldn't have my first date till I was 18. I snuck out on a few, but
Nice. Yeah. But then still had to make it to choir on Sunday.
Choir rehearsal and piano lessons and gymnastics. I mean, my parents had me into everything. I was that kid on the Saturday that got up early and had all these programs to be a part of. So, but I appreciate it because it's paying off now.
That served you well.
Yeah, it did. It did.
So I kind of started getting hip to you. I'd seen you sing before, but when you joined Galactic, what was that? I mean, 12 years ago, maybe?
No,
10 years
5
ago?
years.
Oh, it was 5? It's just, I saw so many great shows that it just seemed longer because it was just such a great era. It was so epic.
Yes.
But I really enjoyed that. You and Corey Henry were in the band together, and then you would bring in other vocals.
Then Shamar Allen and now Eric Gordon.
Yeah,
Big
Eric's
Six.
with them now.
Yeah.
I remember seeing you guys play Red Rocks one time. You came out there and those Colorado folks' just draws were on the floor. It was so great.
I love Red Rocks.
Yeah, it was a special experience. So it's cool. You got to travel all over the world with those guys. Man.
Listen, I got to travel all over the world. We all slept in the same space, They've introduced me to so many weird foods. They're foodies.
They are. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Every city they go, they've got a
they made me eat sushi. Ben was like, "Come on, Erica, you can do it."
In Japan, probably, right?
No, I missed that one, but this was at Sugarfish in Los Angeles.
Oh, nice.
And so I tried it, so I've tried all types of weird different things with them, but they've become more brothers than, like family. Yeah. So I do miss that aspect of it, but sometimes you got to spread your wings.
Absolutely. Well, you got
into your little thing. Yeah.
I'd be ashamed to not do this and give that to people. How'd you get hooked up with Galactic?
A phone call. Seriously. No, I got a phone call from their manager, asking if I can do a couple gigs. It was just 2. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll do it. And then maybe a couple weeks later, they were like, so hey, we want to know, do you want to be a part of this band and tour with us? And I was like, yeah, where you want to meet up? Let's go. And that's how it all started. I was a little shy at first because, I didn't know them and I'm stepping into something that was already a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, for sure.
But I found my little space and everything worked out. A whole new audience.
What was that like after growing up in the church?
Listen, I had no idea of the jam world, so I was really like, whoa, where all these people come from? This is a whole another avenue. So it was great, and you really get some really hardcore fans that really love you and love music. Yeah. And that's what's really great. It's just a bunch of music lovers in that jam world.
For sure. And then come visit here during Jazz Fest and get
and I see all my friends from California and Colorado and Texas and Kentucky and Utah and all these places here in my hometown. So that really makes it special.
Exactly. That's another thing that we missed this year.
Yes, so much.
And how have you been staying sane during all these things?
Gardening, cooking, writing. I just got the urge to start singing again. So that's why this was so special to do this today, because initially it was like, you're trying to figure out how you're going to pay your mortgage and things like that. And singing is not the thing you want to do at that moment. There's nothing you want to do at the moment. But, when you finally work things out and you kind of see your way clearly a little bit, then the music started coming back. Then the things that I was writing before came back to me for me to actually finish. Some songs. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say what's up to this man sitting right over here. The great Jun Yamaguchi. Now, some people call you Jun Yamaguchi, but it's Gucci, right, Jun?
Yeah, my legal name is Gucci.
Yeah, exactly.
My passport name is Jun. But my state name is June, because, I was born in June.
Oh, no good.
Yeah.
June 6th.
Yeah. That's why, that's easy, right?
That's great. June, I've literally been seeing you play in this town since I started seeing music. My very first show at Tipitina's, pivotal moment in my life, was in July of 2002. It was you with Bo Dallas Sr. and the Wild Magnolias.
Oh, yeah.
And it was fantastic.
A long time ago.
And so that's the band that brought you to New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
Weren't you were their translator when they played overseas in Japan?
Actually, you know what? This city, I live, ever longest my life.
Yeah.
I was born in Japan, the East Side. Then I moved to Kyoto. And like 5 years living, and to the Tokyo. And living 10 years. I've been here 25 years right now.
It was you met Bo Dallas
in
Japan. Right?
Actually, that what happened was the Kobe city got something, did a jazz fest kind of things, festival. So they want me to produce, because I knew that know the music. So I booked at this guy, like, Wild Magnolias, Henry Butler, Cleary, something like that. That time, first time I met them. Then 2 years later, I moved to New Orleans.
He said, "Look me up if you ever come to town." Right? Didn't Bo tell you that? And then
you come sit in. Then I bring the guitar, my guitar and the amps.
Was this at Honda?
Starting, I knew the whole song about the Indians. Everybody said, "What? Why you knew about that?"
Dude, how did you get turned on to so much New Orleans music living in Japan? I mean, I know there's some great music lovers over there.
Cause I don't know. Cause
you saw what you heard it.
When I was a kid, I loved that kind of traditional New Orleans kind of jazz, like Satchmo, the kind of the kind of things. There, R&B, like something you got, that kind of stuff. I was high school. I don't know.
You just loved that.
Some of the song, what hit me was a New Orleans song. Yeah.
Along with the Wild Magnolias, when I first moved to New Orleans in 2002, probably the other two bands I saw the most was Papa Gross Funk and the Trio with you, Johnny Vodopich and George Porter and you. Now, you'd say with a name like the Trio, in any other town, you'd say, "Hey, I'm going to see the Trio." People would be like, "Well, which Trio?" But New Orleans in those days, you said the Trio, you knew it meant June, George, and Johnny, because those were three of the heaviest cats when they got together. It was something you didn't want to miss. So you guys did that for many years, as well as you were doing Papa Gross Funk every Monday at the Maple Leaf for 20 years.
Papa Gross Funk anniversary. So we missed the show. We're supposed to be, May 4th at the Tipitina, 20 years anniversary show. But we missed that. I hope, next year.
Well, those shows at the Maple Leaf were epic, and you never knew who was going to stop in. I mean, I think Keith Richards showed up one night and just hung out with Ivan Neville or something at the bar when I was there. Another time, the dudes from Metallica were there. I mean, it was just nonstop. It was, and then anyone could sit in. That was great. That was always a lot of fun. So yeah, those days were special. Glad I got to see it a lot. But before that, you also played with the great Michael Ward, who a lot of people who lived here as long as I have, I never got to see him live, but I always just heard the legends. What was it like playing with Michael Ward back in the day? And
you talking about this Michael Ward, right? Yeah. That's my man. I miss him. That's my boy, because he opened up my door.
Wow.
Yeah. 3 days after I was moved down here, I went to Maple Leaf.
Yeah.
Then guy said, "What you doing?" I said, "I just moved down in the morning." "You have a job? You have a gig?" I said, "No. This is the 3rd day." "Okay, come my house tomorrow." "What for?" "Rehearsal." "What band?" "My band."
And you played with that band for years, right?
Then Cornell Williams joined the band same day. So then after that, Jerry Bean came,
And that's when Houseman was
Houseman,
in the band as well. Good.
First time I met Houseman that day.
What was it like? Okay, what was it like hearing Houseman and Michael Ward hang out together? Because, I mean, those guys are lifelong friends and two of the most wonderful New Orleans characters. I mean, that must have been quite a lesson in New Orleans history and music and just life in general, hearing those two go back and forth. Huh?
Every night, every single night, we hung in at the Maple Leaf to a Snake and Jake.
Nice.
Yeah, good old day, man. Good old days.
Yeah, those guys. Well, so you played with all these great guys for so many years. What was it like when you got together with Erica, started playing with this band, putting together songs?
We played with the Joe Sample band.
Joe Sample
right?
first.
That's the first. Yeah. Joe Sample's Creole Joe band. So I knew that Erica because Erica got a band and to Brazil. I was a Papa Goes Funk, right? Yeah, sometime. That time first time met, you got a big bush.
Yeah,
So you guys didn't meet in New Orleans, you met in Brazil?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
In Brazil.
So then after the Joe Sample band, Erica called me. I said, "Oh yeah, I love to."
Nice.
That was 2015,
15.
14 or 15.
14 to 15, yeah.
That's great. You guys have been playing together since then with this one.
Yeah.
Nice. So Erica, you got another record that you've been working on, right?
Yes. Working on 3 singles.
Nice.
Right now, the first one I'm going to release is it's called Let's Get Down Tonight, and it features Lyrics Born. And it's going to be really nice. And I have another one that I'll be releasing that has Charlie Tuna on it as well.
I love Charlie.
And so I'm really excited about those projects because it's been a while since I've been able to do and release new music because I was so busy on the road and trying to find pockets to get it all done. So now I really have the time.
Right, exactly.
And I'm working on it, so I'm really excited about
Nice. I'm glad that we can, use these strange times as try to get whatever silver lining we can. Use these times to focus on writing.
Yes.
Focus on new material.
Yeah.
And do you and June ever write together, or you just kind of bring in the song and he just gives it the June treatment?
Well, I used to love the song, but not much recently.
Yeah.
So you just kind of back it up. I like you just put your
Man,
spin on it.
Yeah.
This, lockdown, first week for a lockdown, I don't feel like playing my guitar.
Yeah.
I don't want to, I don't feel like I listen to music. I just, I just cook
Yes.
in my room.
That too.
And quiet and cooking, eat, and go sleep.
Especially for lifelong
Man.
musicians like the two of y'all, people like me working with industry, this is the first time we'd ever had peace and quiet like that for a week straight ever. It was a strange.
Can you do that streaming? I said, I love to. So then, my spirit came back.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
the great thing that we love doing here at the
Yeah.
Funky Uncle, because a lot of times it's the first time bands have really gotten to see each other since the whole lockdown happened, much less play music together. And it kind of gives us all a little bit of a sense of normalcy coming back and remind us why we love live music so much.
I don't like that, kind of virtual kind of, things. I like to play with the people.
Yeah. Because the
Yeah.
chemistry. We need
Yeah, feel it.
We have to feed each other.
Yes.
It's so important. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys
That's
both,
amazing.
you guys always do such a wonderful job of vibing off that your
Yes.
audience and your crowd.
Yes,
You
It's
know,
a give and take. You
Yes.
know, we look forward to that. You
that's
know,
the thing I love about seeing you play so much, Erica. You get on stage, you just command the crowd so much. You got everyone in that audience just eating out of your hand. You know,
So that's Caroline. So I have an alter ego because Erica's a little shy.
Caroline. I like
So
it.
Caroline is my alter ego, and Caroline just cuts up. She has fun.
Nice. She
Yeah.
sure does.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that we got to see both of them tonight. We got to see Caroline on the stage, and we
Yeah.
got to sit here with you and get to know Erica.
Yeah.
You know, and we appreciate that. And big shout out to y'all on the bands and your families for putting that music deep in your heart. I know that's something you've grown
Yes.
up with, and
Yes.
it's a beautiful thing. We appreciate
is.
that, and thank you all for being a part of the Funky Uncle Lounge. Thank all of our donors and sponsors for letting us bring you guys in and helping out our local musicians. It was a strange time for those of us in the music world, and it doesn't look like it's getting much brighter anytime soon. So we gotta stick with each other.
There's a little silver lining here. There's a little ray of sunshine. We appreciate it.
Exactly.
Yes.
And while we're here, let everyone know your social media handles. It's at Erica Falls. Right?
At Erica Falls, I keep it real simple so you can find me. Well,
Yeah.
my website is www.ericafalls.com, and I have videos. My music is there,
New
pictures.
singles coming
The
up.
new singles coming out really soon, so keep your eyes and ears open for that. I'm really excited about that because it's been a while. So I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Erica Falls, that's with a C and 2 L's.
You heard it right here, And Erica, it was a pleasure in June.
Thank
Always
you.
great, my man. And we've
Thank
all
you.
put on shows together for
I
years. It's
appreciate
always an honor to work with both of you.
Likewise.
Can't wait to
That's
do it
right.
again. Thanks everyone out there in the digital world.
Thank
Soul
you.
Stew, live
Thank
from
you.
Funky Uncle Lounge.
Bye.
We're out.
Thank you. Peace up.
Bye, stay safe.